Thanks, guys. Experts testifying on Capitol Hill, unanimous. Obamacare website not secure, won't be by the end of the month. Government cracking down on pilots. Now it's pilots who are too fat to fly. And some folks are freaking out over this ad for men's boxer shorts. A whole new meaning for jingle bells? Hi, everyone. I'm Gretchen Carlson. Welcome to The Real Story Today. President Obama meeting today with state insurance commissioners. This as Indiana now joins the list of states not asking insurers to restore plans canceled because of the Affordable Care Act. Look at this map showing all the states that are now on record as saying, nope, can't do it. So if you live in one of these states, you won't be able to get that health care plan back, even if you wanted it. Indiana estimates 108,000 residents lost coverage because of the new law. Brett Baer anchors Special Report, and he joins me now. Good to see you, Brett.
Good to see you, Gretchen.
So what do you make of this? Now we have Indiana. We have 8 states. Last week, the president sort of put the onus on the insurance companies to say, look, you got to give those health care plans back to the people of America. Now what's going to happen? Is the fix really a fix?
Gretchen, it's a great question. I think there are a lot of people saying no, at least in those 8 states. You know, the state insurance commissioners are the people who run point on a lot of this on a statewide basis. And as you know, insurance is handled statewide. And when these insurance commissioners say this isn't going to work for us, this fix that you can keep the plan that's already disappeared, you have a real problem. That's why the president's meeting with the head of the association and a number of other commissioners, whether they're going to put out something and say, we really think you should go by this. It really doesn't compel any of these state insurance commissioners to abide by it. Yeah,
because, I mean, they're just looking at the facts, which is they have about 25 days right now to revamp an entire system that they worked more than 3 years on to put into effect for Obamacare. I mean, I just don't see them changing their minds at this point in time. And what does that mean for all those Americans, 5 million, whose plans were canceled?
Well, I think it's a big question about whether there'll be a gap. You know, this is all supposed to go into effect January 1st. And if those people can't find and get insurance on the website through the exchanges and their plans have been canceled, there's going to have to be something. And maybe it's going to be that they're deemed covered, but you run into a whole bunch of legal problems potentially for all angles on that health care issue. One more thing, Gretchen, on this. You know, the number 106,000 that we heard for the first month sign up, you know, the insurance companies don't say anyone is signed up until they are actually paying their first premium. You know, they can enroll, but they have to pay a premium. Well, yesterday we heard on Capitol Hill that the 40% of the website that deals with actually paying, like making the payment, is not even completed. So
unbelievable.
How many are really enrolled?
Exactly. Great point. Also, the latest CBS News poll finds only 37% of Americans approve of the job that President Obama is doing right now, an all-time low for him. What do you make of that?
Well, it's a low number, and it's got to scare a lot of Democrats. You know, we saw that vote with 39 House Democrats voting with Republicans on something the White House threatened to veto. This number is actually got to send some other Democrats shaking, even if you're not in a red state up for re-election. I think it's, you know, potentially, as this thing continues to have legs, this story, you're going to see a number of Democrats looking for alternatives.
Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius once again lowering the bar for fixing the website, saying this, quote, the 30th of November is not a magic go, no-go date. It's a work of constant improvement. So, Brett, yet another explanation for setting a hard date. The vast majority will get it. Now she's saying it's even more squishy.
Yeah, and you listen to this testimony on Capitol Hill. I mean, it seems like they are a long way away. It's not just November 30th. It's not maybe months away because the systemic problems in the website are so significant on security, on the build out of the whole thing. It seems like a big hurdle. And, you know, Secretary Sebelius has had a tough run publicly yesterday in Florida, working with navigators, unable to get someone enrolled because the system went down you know, in front of a lot of reporters.
Well, funny you should mention that because we have the video right here. Let's take a look.
I think it's great that this is happening.
Well, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
The screen says, I'm sorry, your system is temporarily down.
Well, it's okay. It'll come back. You know, that happens every day.
Oh, my gosh, how embarrassing. So there she is, cameras rolling, system doesn't work. and the person says, oh, it's okay, it'll come back. Really, Brett?
It's tough, and I don't think that they're going to. You talk to people in the tech industry that deal with these websites all the time, and putting them together. They say they're a long way, and that there are big problems. So you know, November 30th may be the least of their issues. They're already downscaling their expectations for that, as you mentioned.
Okay.
But there may be a December 30th, 31st that they're probably playing that same game.
One recommendation might be to not set hard dates. Brett Baer, we'll be watching you tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern. Take care.
Thanks, Gretchen.